Alright, so let's see what's happening. I gotta figure out this, the cyber structure change. So my skins are not here, so that's cool. Okay, I can fix the skins pretty easily. Let's do that. This one is, I think this one's Cozy. C-O-Z-Y. Alright, install again. So I have Windows. Yeah, my face. Oh, it's fun. So exciting. Much cozy. This is like Sims. It really sounds like Sims. Also finishing my lunch. So, hopefully you like food noises.
Hey.
So wait, did it install? These mods are so sketch. So sketch. Oh my god. This volume is crazy high too. Let's fix that. Oh, it's like doubled. Why is it doing that? Oh, I see what it's doing. Alright, let's change that. And we'll do that. Still gonna make that quieter. Yeah. Alright. I think that's good. And it's also apparently, it's just not gonna install this, or it installed it and it's not showing it. Who knows? Who knows with this game? Alright, I'm gonna try and get some breeding done, but honestly, I really don't want to carry all those eggs back and forth. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't know. Oh, I need to see, what was the patch note? Let me look that up while it's loading in. It's probably gonna kick me now because I did that. Yep. Okay, my bad. Sorry, computer. Let me fix that. I can still look at the patch notes. Let's see, mod updates. Reload this. Okay. Okay, so change propagator drop eggs to now default to off, so false. So that's fine. But like the option to drop isn't even in there right now. So I don't know. All right, added a setting to block vanilla cryos to the propagator. That doesn't really affect me. Fix for recovery of it. Yeah, that's not us. The propagator setting changes so servers who don't read or make changes, that's kind of targeted, to the INI will not have their servers inundated with players who breed and forget this option or move on, leaving the propagators running. Okay, fair. Okay, what's the other stuff here? Memory leak, new setting, gravestone. So, I mean, these are gravestone. Okay. Fix Nanny Gardener and yeah, okay. Um, so the drop eggs is now default to off, but like I don't even have the option on my propagators on the different maps. So interesting. Okay, let's log back in. Let's see if these mods are working. It does not look good that they're going to, but whatever. We will take what we can. Let me make sure it's doing the image right. It is. Okay, cool. All right, let's hop on in. These are all of the mods, if you're curious. I don't know. I feel like unofficial servers are kind of split into two camps. You know, you've got the ones that have like every single mod and they slap it on there and they just kind of like willy-nilly remove them, that kind of stuff. And then you have the people that kind of did that on ASE and paid the price for it, and now they're like super sus of any mod. Like they really have to prove themselves. So, as far as the mods that are on here, we're on Naked and Afraid, so N and A. This is the really boosted one, so we get like 12 pulses, 6 pulses, sorry, for a total of 12 mutations. So it's pretty it is definitely the easiest server I've ever been on to breed on. Did I enjoy breeding on other servers a little more? Yeah, but I mean, they wiped, they shut down, they whatever. So it's kind of like I like the stability of here. The people that run it are pretty cool. Actually, they're super cool. I shouldn't say pretty cool. And I don't know, it's a small community, but it's a very like accessible, stable community. It's nice. Could I do without the Dino Finder? 100%. Teleporters, they're nice, but I mean, we have the vanilla one too, right? But I mean, these are fine. These are just kind of like admin type things. The boss's no cooldown just got added because whenever there's a new map drop, of course, everyone wants to play all the maps, and so we were having issues with the Titans getting farmed pretty aggressively because everyone wanted a Tech Forge, which I think is super cool. But yeah, shinies. Okay, I love shinies. However, I if I ran the world, or just a little server, I would have shinies for sure. Or something that had like the boosted stats because I think shinies are really good for providing an alternative end game experience. So like obviously I I breed. That is my end game thing. I come up with stupid ideas to breed and then I breed it and then I test it and I'm like, "Woo, that's so fun." That's kind of my jam. I also don't want to like work super crazy hard over breeding because again, when I started playing, ASE already had all the maps out, so we had mutators. So even though I was only able to do like +2 or maybe like +4, I don't think could we do +4? Maybe towards the end they let us get a little out of control and do +4. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so shinies I think are really good for endgame. However, I would prefer not to use the shiny tracker. I would prefer to not have it display at the top, like such and such shiny has appeared at this location. I'd rather be more organic, like you just come across them, or your specialization is searching for them and creating these really cool shinies, stuff like that. Just something that helps it with a little more economy on that. Solar farm mod. Honestly, the first server I played that had this, I literally didn't know what it did, so I never used it. It's only on here because I think PlayStation or Xbox was having issues. There was a plugin that we had that I didn't even know about, and they were having issues, so they added it. Crafting skill potion, I like it. I mean, you can make mind wipes, right? And then you have to like re-level, blah blah blah. So I mean, I don't mind the quality of life here, and I don't feel like this is OP, so I'm okay with crafting skill. So yeah, if I had my own little world, I don't know if I would do teleporters. These teleporters get put everywhere on this server, which is kind of cool sometimes. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I have feelings both ways. I don't think it's right or wrong, but yeah. The rest of these are kind of like admin type things. Dino Depot. We have Valerian Reigns on here. I don't really use things with Valerian Reigns a lot, and then we do have the Runic Wyverns, which I don't know the story on why these got added to this server. I will say I like them. They probably added them, I guess, when Scorched Earth dropped, and it was really hard to get good wyverns because that wyvern trench is garbage. Also, like everyone competing for talons to be able to do the boss is kind of eh. So I think runic wyverns for that purpose, because they do drop like tons of talons, is super cool. And then cyber structures. I mean, it's kind of like our current S plus S, whatever mod that we have right now. So I'm very thankful for Cyber for taking that on and making it his own. But we're going to spend today trying to figure out what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on with this. And I think it might just be I have to manually drop them because I just kind of tried it real fast yesterday. Yesterday, day before, I don't know. It's all blurred together. I've worked really hard this week playing on like official and then getting started somewhere else because I'm off this week and then I go back to work next week. So I wanted to make sure I got tons of stuff out. Um, yeah, so stuff is ready to come for the next couple weeks. So let's see if these skins show up so we have more light because most of this is kind of like windows right here. Um, but again, my goal is I really wanted to mess around with the propagators and try and figure it out. So hypothetically, the propagator should send it either to the incubator, cool, or the hatchery. It used to have another option for holding or dropping eggs. And that's kind of why I love hate making modded videos because they were appropriate for when I released them. now it already has like a modification. And again, it's great that Cyber's so involved with this. But yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead. I tried breeding on, where did I try breeding? I tried breeding on Rag. I tried breeding on Extinction. Okay, dude, I can't have you up my butt this whole time. This is like a random Veil Wind that I got yesterday. So again, I love the shinies. I will never forget the first time I think I did a, what am I doing? You're not even in companion mode. You're just following me. Okay. Also don't attack stuff. Um, it was a holographic raptor, and I had just kind of set up my own little server to kind of test some of the mods, and I was just wandering around on the island, up and down the beach, checking out stuff, and yeah, it just completely ran from wherever it was, like raptors do, and it just, well, bam, just went super ham. But I, I was so shocked at like what it looked like. I was like, this is crazy looking. So, all right, let's start with the Tortugers. Tortuger, yeah. Um, I've got these guys. We're kind of nearing the home stretch. Again, I haven't done much with them this week, so yeah, I don't know. They've been kind of sitting there. It's this server's kind of dead right now, or people are busy playing on the Primal Chaos server, which I mean, I did hop over there and I kind of ran around a little bit, but I just really don't want to go through the grind again. I did Primal Nemesis. When did I do it? I want to say like before Christmas, something like that. It's just exhausting. They're not complete, and then at some point, it's so laggy. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I accept a certain amount of lag in this game, but those games, it's just like you're lagged out for so long. It's definitely like the strongest computer survives, and my computer does really good. But to do a lot of those crazy bosses, I literally have to just like turn everything else off. And so usually, like right now, I've got Twitch streaming. Um, they're they're talking about like Overwatch basically. They're talking about Overwatch. I'm streaming. I'm playing Ark. I've got some other things going on in the background. So that's, not easy on a computer, especially with Arc. So I love that I can run all of that stuff, but in order to run one of those overhaul mods, I pretty much have to like shut down everything at this point. So, I don't know. All right, so we're just renaming these guys. These guys I bred clean, and so I'm just double checking that I'm not missing any. So food, health, melee, oxygen, speed, stamina, and weight. Okay, and then we got to switch these two. Do I have to switch these two females? No, not really. Do I do it? Yeah, it's just an extra way for me to keep track that I've got, my I's dotted, my T's crossed, that kind of stuff. So, um, the blue ones go in one box, the pink ones go in the other box. That's the high level thinking that I've got going on when I'm breeding. So, all right. So pick them back up. So if you don't know, these are getting thrown out like that just because they have to like basically register on the map that they exist. So when they were in their ball, if you notice when I was naming them, it said baby Grand Tortuga. So until you throw them out, even if I rename them, um, the name is there, but it doesn't exist in the real world until you throw them out. And then also, if you're doing stuff for Vivarium, I would recommend leaving them out for like 5 minutes to really, I mean, if you can leave them out until a save happens, that's even better. Just to really be like, you are out there in the world, everything is good. Um, that way, when you put them in the Vivarium can catch it. It's just extra layers of protection. So, all right, everyone is a male now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do my repetitive pattern here. But we need to, I'm just gonna do one. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with these eggs. Um, so we're doing 7 stats. It's really kind of cool to go to other servers and they're pushing like 100 in their stats. So I don't know, that's kind of cool. But we are not playing that game over here. You can max anything you want. This is definitely like Zootopia. Anyone can be anything in Zootopia. So all right, we got these guys. Let's go ahead. We're going to prepare them for breeding. I don't have to do anything special. No. And then 6. So again, I can do 6 mutation pulses. This will be plus 12 on the back side. So the real question is, I need I need the eggs to go somewhere. I don't want to do incubator, really. I'm going to do... Let's do hatchery, and I may have to pick these up. I may have to pick those up. Like I said, I saw that change, and I was like, ugh. So, we may just be dropping them on the ground. Like, I honestly don't know what to say about that. So, okay, so these eggs are not going anywhere. Neato. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to drop them until there's a new patch. So, okay. So that did not work. Let's just drop them. Gross. Okay, there's that. These guys are done. I'm actually, how much did I have in here? 3,000. Let's do that. Let's pick this up. And then let's put it back down. Actually, you know what? I got the hatchery there too. Okay, I'm gonna pick it all up. Forget it. Everyone's getting picked up. And why not you? Let's just see if this works. Let's be thorough. Although I know I did the incubator on Ragnarok. Oh, and the island, because I did a batches surfactanus. I guess we're not going to clip that way. Let's do that. Okay. Hatchery. There's that. And then propagator. Are you going to snap? Nope. Why would you? Here, go there. It's good enough. Let's see. So, oh. Also, this has been a thing that I've noticed, and this was on official too. I thought it was an official thing at first, and like I didn't want to do any kind of shade on that. Spoiler alert, videos coming out where I was playing on official. Yeah, when you type in the little field box, you type like one letter or one number, and then it just kind of yeets you out of there. So I thought that was just a thing over there, but no, it's just a really annoying thing that's happening right now. So I don't know. A lot of things right now are just kind of meh. As far as what the game is doing. So, alright, let's grab another one and let's try the same thing again. Super scientific here. 3 there. More females. Let's see. So if you look, you can see I've got 320, yeah, like 350-ish females is what I'm doing on this project. I knew I'd be traveling a lot and doing a lot of stuff for work, so I basically wanted to make sure if I had time, I could just get in, do 2 or 3 cycles, and then get out. So between plus 24, plus 36 per day, which is, it is plenty. All right, so let's do enable to hatchery, prepare for breeding. There's that, and start breeding. Okay, so let's wait for it to do that. I guess I don't really want to drop these guys out. So one thing on this server is dinos grow up in the balls. And so the second that I let them out, they will start growing in the terminal when it gets grabbed. And the reason I don't want that is these guys are big. And so when I go to throw them out and do the growth boost on them, they're just not going to fit as well out there as if they're little. That's literally the only reason right there. So yeah, let me get another bite of my food. Alright. Where are the eggs? This is impressive. They're going absolutely nowhere. Cool. Will it go to the incubator? Let's give it a few seconds to register. No, this just all looks borked. I don't know if everyone on our server is just playing around on Primal Chaos and not noticing this. I doubt that. I don't know. It really sucks though. So, hey look, my skin showed up. Nice. I just realized that. Okay, well we're just gonna drop these puppies on the ground because ain't nobody got time for this. So, it's fine. Again, I'm never gonna complain about the automation not being the best. It's just hard because like we get it and then something happens and then we don't have it and things like that. I would just like it to be, I mean, I want it to be stable, but I get it. Like these mod developers are trying really hard to do a lot of stuff for a lot of different people and it's just kind of meh. I don't know. All right, so there's that. There's the number that we need. 28 females. There's a little bit of lag for you. All right, and so I mean, like a couple months ago, I couldn't transfer them that quickly over. It would have like closed the propagator. So it's just one of those like you fix one thing and something else falls off. And I totally get why he was doing that, like not dropping the eggs, because I know on another server I kind of am poking around on. That's what people do. They have like a propagator with like 2 or 3 hatcheries next to them, and they just let it just let out eggs for a couple of days, and then yeah. So. Hmm. All right, we're gonna wait for eggs. This is the exciting world of breeding mega dinos. Again, usually I have something else on, movie, TV show, Twitch in this case. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, these are done. All right, there's that one. Let's do egg. So I'm typing in GR for grand. If I were to type in GR with the eggs in there, it would include the eggs as well. So I have to do egg, and then I have to do the GR to remove the rest of it. Why do I do that? I don't want the element coming with me. I just basically keep, there we go. Sorry. I just keep element in each of the propagators. Because I guess I shouldn't say I don't breed on that many maps, but, I don't know. And so there to distinguish between the males. These are base level 360, so I just typed in 360. So there's that. What day is today? 320. I don't know. So, okay, we got this. I want that new octopus to come out. I don't even care what it does. I just like the big, dumb animals that don't make sense. Or like in the case of the Grand Tortugas, I think I can get their health up. Kind of like I did with the Ostodons. I think I can probably get it up. Health-wise, like to do probably King Titan. I think, especially on this server, because the health in the melee is, I know the melee, what did he say? It was 2.5? I think he said it was 2.5 times. And so, but yeah, I think I did do that right, didn't I? There we go, yeah. So I think I mean, to do KT, I would say a group of like 30 dinos, you need their health to be 250k higher. 250 is fine. That'll get those dinos through most of the stuff. The problem is whether they're doing enough DPS or not, or whether you're doing enough DPS. And so like a plain mech won't do that. So yeah, that's why the dreadnoughts are good, even though they are nerfed against the Titans, which I want to say it's annoying, but my dreadnoughts do like 150, 160k on a, per hit. So doing that against a Titan is kind of, that's pretty OP. So, yeah, I don't know. Did I do that right? Yeah, I'm not used to dropping these eggs. It's really messing with my mindless vibe I've got here going on. Alright, here we go. Last one for this round. 3-6. There we go. And last round. So it looks like we're just kind of stuck with the propagators. I mean, they're going to be what they're doing. I mean, they're still breeding. They're still doing what we need them to do. And again, on this server with doing 6 mutations, because I'm on the VIP server, the regular servers are getting +3. So, I mean, +3 is still even higher than like any server I've been on before this one. So, yeah, I think we're all doing okay over here in boosted solo play unofficial land. I'm trying to think what else I need to do on here. Mostly just breeding. Just kind of maybe peek for some shinies, and then probably hop over and work on. I found a really cool location on the Astraeos thing, but oops, I messed that up. I don't know. I guess I could hop over to official. I don't know. Official is literally, it's feeling like a bad relationship. Like, I don't know. You need to grind it. but grinding it kind of makes you feel kind of eh. And then a day or two goes by and you're like, it wasn't that bad. And it's not that bad. Like I said, my problem centers around long-term effects of it, which again, I guess I don't want to talk about it too much because those videos are next week. Those videos are next week. I bit the bullet. I went to official. I did the thing, and honestly, the things I thought I would be upset about, not upset, I don't really get upset, but the things I would be the most like turned off about weren't that big of a deal. Like once I coped with it and was like, oh, this is why. Okay. Um, yeah, just the way it ended up, I was like, oh. So yeah, if I could get over that little roadblock, I probably would. I don't know. I'm not saying I would switch over to official, but I do think it could be worth the grind, and especially if you have no other experiences, um, I think it would be really fun. And if you have like a tribe, like that was the one thing I kept finding myself wondering was if I could coerce my other former tribe mates to jump into official, but they've told me no so many times. So, all right, let's see what eggs we cooked up. What mutation around 192? So I'm getting that from 180 plus 12. So we're gonna do a search because we have these abilities. These are not things I had on ASE. Again, I played a more vanilla version of ASE. Um, we did have the Dino Depot. No, what did I call it? Now I've forgotten. I've gotten so used to calling Dino Depot Dino Depot. We had. It was little terminal things. I could totally picture what they look like. I don't know. But we had those, and they would catch these, but you would have to like search through them, and sometimes you could kind of tell. I mean, obviously by level you could do that. All right, so we missed the weight, so we need to go back and do weight. Let's see. So weight. Oh my gosh, that's so many speed ones. That's crazy for a group of 14. All right, weight. We need the weight one. Let's put these guys in here for now. Let's do weight. Done. And more females. So yeah, I'm doing this clean. I don't have anything breeding dirty right now. I don't know, breeding dirty, that's kind of cool because if you have the ability to stay focused and get obsessive like I do, then you could max these in like a day. Um, but you don't get anything else done and everything kind of sucks. Like I don't know, you look out the window and you're like, oh, I'd love to go do something. But okay, one more round and then I'll do something. Okay, one more round and then I'll do something. It's just like a never ending. Someone kind of told me it feels like you're in a factory, and it does. It literally feels like you're in a factory, just one thing after another, and at some point, there's no amount of. Ooh, there's a nightmare Equus. Ooh. No amount of TV shows or whatever you're watching to keep yourself sane. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's probably a nice veil in. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Also, like towards the end of it, you don't have this like ta-da moment of like when you finish breeding them. That's actually not too far from us. So I get the essence from it because I think I'm collecting Equus right now. My Equus stats are pretty ridiculous. I want to say I need a weight stat. Oh, that's right. These eggs are not going to end up over here. It's on me. All right, my bad. So do we get one? No, 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 no. This is how we have to do it in the old days. Yeah, we got this one. Do we get a male? No. Yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, in the old days, you would just paw through those. Actually, I can take these guys out. Here, come with me. Come with me, friend. All right, so all the 180s can go in the Dunzo box. Done. Here we go. Cool. And then we're gonna go. I gotta put these females up. Let's do that one thing at a time. Clean up the first mess. Go on to the next mess. And I did delete those out. That broken prod is really bothering me in my hotbar. Let me put it over here. There. I don't like seeing that red square down there, but I don't have a grinder here to grind it up either and then make a new prod, so womp womp. One thing I do miss that we used to be able to do was you used to be able to sit in the hatchery, and this was on ASE too. You could sit here and just watch the numbers go down. You could just like leave it there. You could, like drink some water and then you'd be like, okay, now it's ready. Here you have to just like open and close it. So they were like 68, now they're 10. So I mean, on things like Karchas and Gigas though, that's a come back later kind of a situation. Those guys take so long. All right, these guys are good. So we just need to grab that weight. Yeah, weight was the stat. See what it's got. I could probably make a grinder over here. I'm not sure. So yeah, this server is this particular map on this server is a VIP map. So you basically pay like a monthly fee to be a sponsor. There's a bunch of different tiers, and you get access to the map. And so it's cool when they do this, like when a new map drops, because then you get less people on a server. There's still plenty of people. There's less people. Sometimes they allow you to transfer stuff. Sometimes it's still closed transfer. Um, Usually you can bring your toys. So like for me, Lost Colony, if they'd had one of these when it dropped, that would have been really cool. I could have brought my Octodons, which were ready to roll, and I could have played around, and it probably would have been less disappointing with the missions not working because I had, the Octodons versus having to farm it all up, having to find the saddles, having to do all that, and then just being wildly disappointed anyways. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's grab these guys. Let's go throw them out and grow them. What is our count at? 239? We're good for at least one more. We need 98 minimum to do that. All right, so we're going to name these guys. This one is Stam 192. Stam plus 192. And if you haven't watched my videos, I do the prefix here just because I have been on servers where I don't want to say they required you to be able to prove, that you started and did the entire process, but it definitely has come in handy if you ever have anyone question it, because you can just be like, nope, all the way through, it's me. And so, I don't know, the more I can stay off any radar in real life or in my online life, the happier that I am. So there's that. All right, let's check that out. Let's see, weight. And speed. Speed. I think there's a Capro under us. I don't know. There's a bunch of Capros. Well, okay, there's a bunch of Capros on this whole map. I feel like this map was literally wildcard being like, all those things that everyone hates, y'all should put those on this map. So Microraptors, Capros, Managarmers, all of that. Hey, look, that's kind of cool with the pink legs. I don't know. Most of the colors I've seen come out are like they're fine, but I think the textures on the Grand Tutuger is just kind of. I think the textures overcome a lot of it. So yeah, I don't know. See, there's a Capra right over there. All right, that's everyone. They're gonna mesh really horribly because I put them too close together. Old habits die hard. Alright, boost growth. So while they're doing that, I don't know what I want to do. I've got I was gonna start doing phoenixes. I kind of like my little dude here. This was a chibi that I found. I don't know. It was just in my inventory. No telling how I got it, but I like the purple. And I know someone had kind of mentioned that if I ever did phoenixes, they'd want a purple one. So I don't know. But yeah, I got this pair of shinies for that. I mean, yeah. So this was like a monthly reward situation, and then I cloned it. We'll go ahead and do another egg. I'm not going to probably do a growth pulse on it. I'm just going to let it grow up in its ball and then just casually start making the blanks. I think I was thinking about breeding these dirty though. But even still, I'd like to start with 10. Like it's a little less painful when you have like a group of 10 to 20. Breeding progress. Some of these have timers that tell you like how far it's going. But not this one. Alright, so there's that. we're just gonna dump these guys out. We're just doing this while those baby tortoises? I guess I guess they're turtles, technically, because yeah, because of the aquatic. So they're turtles. Yeah, they're turtles. They're not tortoises. Okay. We're gonna delete these guys. Thank you very much for showing up. And you are done. I do like the changes I made with the phoenixes because it used to be like when you hatched them out of the propagator because you had to force breed them because they weren't breedable. They would, if you weren't in a building like this, and this one may actually be too tall for them, they would shoot straight up. And if you weren't in a closed area, usually like 2 or 3 walls high, they would just shoot up, and then they would start kind of flying around, and you'd have to go out and like catch them. It was not cool. Also, this is not hot enough. I mean, climate controlled enough. Let's throw it right on top. There we go. They just throw it right on top. Phoenixes, man. Okay, we're gonna check this guy in here. Those guys are still growing. Here, go with your friends. Or your parents, I guess. Soon to be friends. Okay. We are growing very quickly. Lots of tails. Do I go get that nightmare Equus or not? I'd probably get the essence for it. I don't know. My goal is I want a pygmy frozen Equus. I'm pretty sure I have the essences for that. And I want to max it out and I want to just go kick things and knock them out. Like, that's literally my dumb idea with the Equus is I don't, just a teeny tiny extra frosty looking guy and we just go torpor things. These are those big salmon or are they just, how big are you? What size are you? Okay, it's just with the outline they look big. Okay. It's really chill here. I don't know, the other day I had like a Managarmer jump me. There's a Diplo. Yeah, not terribly exciting. Come on, y'all need to grow. Grow up. Try to decide if I do another round. So if I do another round, that will take us to 204. And then it's kind of like a home stretch after that. Oh yeah, I can't not do it, I guess. And I'm curious what these guys do. I don't have a saddle for them. Um, another player, Zero, has been very kindly while I've been out trying to run some of the OSDs on Astraeos looking for a saddle for me. No luck so far. I don't know. I saw a Reddit post that kind of said that maybe possibly they would be in red drops, not like the red OSDs, not the purples. So I don't know. We'll see. We got work kind of picking up next week. We're kind of in our like big push for this quarter, so I don't know what we'll be able to do. All right, let's pick up these guys. Male, 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 another male, and the 2 females. Okay, let's go boop the thing. And we're just repeating the process again. It's just like Wolverine until you're 90. Alright, let's see that and that. Alright. Okay, done and done. So, yeah, it's a, I, yeah, I don't want to say anything because I want to be like, oh, it's a bummer that we can't have it auto drop the eggs. And that's more like, it's just messing up with what I'm used to doing. So it's fine. I will manually drop the eggs to be able to do this. Yeah, it's too many. Let's go over here. So, but yeah, I think I need to kind of figure out what I want to do on the other server. It's not like, this is my home server, but I have friends on another server. Not tribe mates, but like my friends from ASE, they've basically been playing on the same ASA server. I just did not want to play it without like, I didn't want to play it vanilla. I didn't want to play when the game just dropped. I didn't want to play the island. I don't know. I just, also like I had all my toys on ASE. I didn't want to give that up. So if we're gonna be real honest, I just was really salty. We were expecting, Arc 2, and we got Arc 1 again. And that was kind of, I don't know. Oh, actually, I just realized the first official video went out today. Yeah, today. So, yeah, so you can at least see kind of like my initial thoughts. I literally just like hopped over there and started recording. So, um, yeah, so you definitely get like my impressions of it. And, playing unofficial for this long, I've had so many people tell me things about official. Very few people have ever been like, you should go play official. It was just more of my like, I wonder. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Check out that video if you haven't checked it out. I was not like in the beginning, it was kind of what was advertised. But as we go through the episode, I was like, oh. Also, it has things in there that I've never been able to do before. It's just the options are not available on our servers. Most of it has to do with interacting with other people's stuff. So yeah. Um, I like some part of the in the back of my mind I had to suddenly click in to be like, oh right. But I mean, I do know other people who stream and they love official. They will play unofficial, depending on what other creators are coming up with competition wise. But yeah, they love doing official, and I don't know. I think official right now has a lot of built-in quality of life things that basically I'm using here. Um, like the pull feature. I really like that. That's the stuff that's up here at the top. If I want to make something, I just click on it and then I can pull it, and it'll just pull exactly what I need. It's a convenient thing, but I mean, I'm gonna be real honest. When I first started playing ASC, even though it was my own server, it was modded. Someone else basically like helped me figure out how to set up the INI because I was setting it up to uh, basically people that I played Overwatch with wanted some servers, and I was like, yeah, okay, sure. If you kind of tell me how to set them up, so they told me what they liked, which was basically official, but slightly faster rates. That was kind of their thing. Um, so I eventually started playing with them. They spent a very long time trying to get me to play. Um, but yeah, when I finally did, we don't put that there. That's wrong. Don't do that. Yeah, I don't know. I just was used to things being very slow, very slow. I mean, also I had no idea how to play the game, so I just went full immersion. What is this? What is that? How does this work? So, because like I said, when I started playing, it was after Fjordor dropped, and that is a lot to unpack. And I'm kind of glad that I did it on my own server to start with, um, because I was limited to just kind of we just did Fjordor, so I was kind of limited what was on there. Now, to be fair, Fjordor had most everything on it, but I could kind of do it in small doses. Because I mean, I started out not knowing if a trike is gonna hurt me just by going near it, that kind of stuff. So, um, and I didn't even know that Fjordor had realms for like hundreds of hours, and then I didn't know that it had its own teleportation system for like a really long time. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can definitely like I don't mind doing the grindiness. I've done it before. Um, but the dung beetle being able to make fertilizer, just a lot of little quality of life stuff like that. The medical stand, oh my gosh, I definitely learned why the medical stand is so freaking amazing on official versus like here on this server, it's okay. I mean, eh. So that's yeah, I mean, it's an engram that we have. We could make it. Someone may figure out like a niche reason to use it, but ultimately, we don't really need that here. Like our taming rates are pretty high, so you wouldn't use that. But like I said, official, I definitely learned why it's such a big deal, and then also um, some other things about it. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know. And I kind of had that theory that a lot of the stuff that we're getting, the Blood Forge, all of that is more for that. And so it was kind of cool seeing it working in action that way. I don't know. It was pretty cool. All right, we are on our last stat. So yeah, this is not the most exciting thing, but I wanted to get the turtles at least moving along. Um, the other thing that I have, obviously, I had the phoenixes. But the other thing I have are Meguanas, and Meguana cooldowns, I've dealt with them on 3 different servers now, and the cooldowns are brutal. Even on the boosted servers, they're still like 6 to 12 hours. Six is like you might have one. Is it a female at that point? I guess it's a female. You might have one female that's like 6 hours, and then the rest are like 12 hours. So you basically do your batch, and then that's kind of it. So I don't. I think I'm only like plus 24 on them. So I think I'm just gonna finish up the turtles and just kind of go from there. I need eggs. Egg. There we go. Gotta drop the eggs. There's that. Gotta pick up these now. There we go. Okay, it's so bright. And then that was the last one, right? That was 7. Yes. 7. No poo. I don't want the poo. Get enough of that fighting revenants. I had to think about what they were called. It's been a while since I went out doing stuff with them. I guess I could go hunting for R seeds. I don't know. I have like a decent stockpile of them, but I know when the new maps drop, which we're still rating on SOTF, and then the new Gen 1. But yeah, whenever the new maps drop, I get a ton of people asking me for stuff, and I have enough RCs that I'm okay with them. Honestly, I just have like 1 raw meat planted. I have 1 raw fish planted, and I only did that because it was on extinction, and getting fish meat was kind of a pain when I bred the otters and finished them, and I haven't really used it since then. And then I did do 1 prime meat because those are the 3 types of meats that I have on extinction, basically. Oh, you guys weren't done? What are you at? 1.3? That's close. That's close. There we go. Please? Okay, there it goes. What are we doing? 204? I may stop with this one. Like, I'm feeling pretty good with that. Let me see what the count is. I can usually talk myself into doing more, but I don't know if I want to. I kind of want to, like, do something. I was doing a lot of repetitive stuff on Overwatch today, so trying to find something else to do for a couple hours. I guess I could go outside. That's probably something I could do. Probably do that in a couple hours. Yeah. Alright, look in here. These guys are hitting all of them. That's melee. Speed? Alright, alright. So we went 7 for 7 on that one. That is nice to see. Let's put you guys here. And then we'll put you guys here. So I'm curious what the health is at this point. Because like I said, I think these guys might be potential, like, rando meme for doing KT. Let's see. Where are you? So this one's 58,000 health right now at 204. It's just going to depend on how much that health goes up. Because I already know the melee on this server is going to go up quite a bit. What is the melee here before I put anything into it? Melee, melee. Come on, melee. There we go. 2,300? I don't know. Maybe. We'll have to see. I'll have to keep working. How many of these females do I have? I have 141. Yeah, okay. 1 more round. Ugh. Work ethic is stupid. Okay. 204. Hey, it's stamina again. Yay. 204. Okay, let's save that. And let's start naming. This one is the health one. Cool. Oxygen. Cool. Melee. Wait. Food. Food, which I did finish my food. And speed. Alright, cool. Female. Come here, lady. There's one. Pretty please. There we go. Oh, we're going all in on this. But see, I don't... We're gonna have to play with the colors. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with colors on this one. I am not so good at the coloration. Alright, I think I spaced them a little bit better. Alright, let's go boost these guys and maybe go get that nightmare? Might go get the nightmare. Alright, where are we going? Here. It is... Oh, it's over by the water. Okay. The little pond thing. That's Supa's place. Yeah, I think that's Supa's base. Let's do that. I think it is. Yeah. Like, I didn't really see it on the map where I wanted it to be, but I just knew from before. Okay. Thought their tower was out for some crazy reason. Okay, this one was endurance, so it's not really gonna have any stats that I need. Okay, I'm also flying way more than I need to. Is that you, friend? You guys, yeah, it's a 185. No, we're taking the essence. This one's kind of cheeks. Claim Nightmare Aqueous. There we go. Alright, let's go make a pony mad. I don't know what they're doing down there. Looks like some kind of murdering. Bro. Why is it lagging so hard? Dude. What is happening? Am I like meshing? Maybe no one's been in this area. I don't know. That was crazy. Whatever. We got it. Yeah, I got Psychotropic Elder Claw the other day, and then it gave me Endurance. That's not what I wanted. Okay, I gambled and I lost. I mean, I guess, okay. I guess, honestly, if we're sticking with my original plan, which was a Pygmy Frozen one, the Endurance is nice, but I don't think on this server you can stack them that high. I had one that I stacked 2 times, and the thing, like, deleted itself. So, I don't know. I don't know that that's gonna work that way. Go away. Okay, well, the odds were not in our favor on that one. And now I have another prod right here. Okay, so, that was sad. Can I make a grinder? I know I have the metal. Grinder. Metal poly. I think so. Yeah, okay. Let's make a grinder. Grinder, and we're gonna put you. This looks great right there. Okay. 1, 2. Nope. 1, 2. Grind. And there, and then prod. I think I leave enough for 1. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. I'm kind of bummed about the propagator situation. I wish it would send the incubator, honestly, consistently. I don't know. I've had it, like, it was working great when we had a VIP server for Valgaro, and I had like 6 incubators set up. It would flawlessly send to the incubators would flawlessly incubate, auto hatch, and the terminal would pick them up. It was beautiful and so satisfying. And then my island base, in the same time, I put like 6 incubators out for water tames, and only like 3 of them ever worked. And I was like, Then it got to where it wouldn't send to the incubator. That was part of a patch. And so I would have to like take the eggs down there and put them in the incubators. But it was fine because then it would auto hatch. Now, like yesterday, I was trying to do some Cephactinus eggs for someone, and it wouldn't hatch them. Like, it incubated them, but it would not release them. So I had to pick up the incubator, pick up the bag, get the eggs out of there, and then I had to like switch servers to get it to forget about it being that way. I don't know. I don't know. I hope. Yeah, I don't know. The drop eggs function was just so nice because it was just a workaround for all of that. Like, just drop the eggs, the hatchery picks them up, and we're done. I can just kind of meet it back up over there. So, I don't know. Mm. Do, 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 do. All right, there we go. Last, last round. Whew. Okay, there's one. How many females? One female. Okay, there's two. What else we got? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oxygen. Thank you. Waiting on four more? You're not a female. No. Look at these guys. Killing it. And you're done, right? Done. And you are not done. I have to wait for you. You can do it! This is the pink one. But I mean, its health is really low, right? Like, so this is its version of bloody. So I don't know. Come on. So I can't do the gender swap until it's an adult. So now I can do it. And then we will do our last round, and then we'll do something else. I don't know what we're going to do. I have ideas on what I want to do on Astraeos, but I don't know the map very well. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to go underwater and pick you up. There we go. Alright, let's go back over here. Alright. Final round. Final round. And that still take us to 216. So, I mean, that's like crazy fast. And that's honestly finding the server is a big reason why I don't have my own server with boosted rates. Like, I know most creators, that's what they do so they can control the rates, but they're so, like, it's plenty fast here to begin with, in my opinion, for most anything I want to do. I also like it because I don't have to be the one in charge. I don't have to, run any of this. I don't have to worry about that. Because, yeah, my original server, it was great. I did love playing on it. I had, friends would come and play on it, Overwatch friends, random friends. They'd come and go. It was kind of cool. I didn't have to worry about managing anyone's behavior. It was cool seeing all the different ways people played it, whether they were PvE or PvP. But everyone was, like, super chill. And it ended up, like, it just corrupted itself. And I didn't know that that was really like a thing, and I just was like, bruh, this sucks. And so that's when I started playing on unofficial servers that were owned by other people, like much bigger ones. Also, like, I just really wanted to see what it was like, because when I did my boss fight and I saw that you could have, what was it, 20 tames, but 10 survivors, I was like, 10 survivors? Like, what would these fights be like with more survivors? So that was another reason why I was like, I'm going to go to a big server. And it was fun. It was a shock. I did not know about people building with the walls that they did. That was a big one for me. I kind of, like, I started on Fjordor because that's the one that I knew really well. And I just, yeah, it was rough. I remember thinking, I need metal. And I know there's metal located in this one spot. And it took me pretty much the entire day to get to any metal because the first one I went to had huge bases with gates blocking it all off, and I was like, huh, okay. So then I was like, okay, and yeah, it was exhausting. I ended up playing on Valguero, which is another cool thing about that is because that server, that map in particular was so populated, I just was like, well, Necatus also did Valguero, so I was like, I guess I'll go check it out. It gave me a reason to go over there, and there were some people that were recruiting for a tribe, so I thought, like, I'll go all in and play with the tribe. But um, they were kind of like end game, and they'd kind of finished doing everything. I just remember they had like a tech strider outside, and I was like, oh, what do you need me doing? Like, what, just really like eager to help out, and they were like, you can do whatever you want, and I was like, um. I need direction. Like, that's kind of what I was looking for. So I just I don't know. It was different. I mean, I probably could have inherited like a whole bunch of like really cool stuff, but I that's It's not really what I wanted. And then most people on that server were just solos, but we would get together and ally for, boss fights, stuff like that. And so that's kind of I think that's pretty much what they do on ASA at this point, especially when a new map drops. They do kind of hang out together and do stuff like that. Get a little salty with each other and then, go back home and do their stuff on their own. I don't know. Alright, there's that. We're getting there. Getting closer. This is when I know, like, to take a break from breeding. Like, I don't mind it. But sometimes I'll just be like, oh my gosh, I'm really excited to do whatever. Or I'll find a blueprint and I'll be like, oh, let's do that. Or I'll find like a really crazy good stat on something and it'll inspire me to do that. But like lately I've just been like, I don't know. I really liked the stuff that I made for Lost Colony. I love my Gloons. I love my Aureliax. I use him every chance I get. I love my Desmodus. What else came out? The Ocedon I'll even throw in there too, even though it came out before that and I had them done before the map drop. The Drakelings is technically part of it too. Like, we just had so many like really cool dinos and creatures, and I loved all of them. I loved farming the blueprints for them. I loved making them. Um, but now that I've done all of that in the last, couple of months, plus other stuff, there was some stuff I had on my to-do list, like Gigantoraptors for a while. So I was able to get them done. I finally got otters done, which is pretty much like my signature species. So to be doing that so late was kind of weird feeling. So yeah, right now I'm just kind of, I don't want to say I'm taking a break because I'm still checking in. If people want to buy anything, I'm definitely helping them out. But um, yeah, I don't know. I would say chilling. So, like I said, we're headed towards doing stuff on Astraeos. Um, yeah, I don't know. But I don't. The story ones are hard for me to do. I like stuff with ascensions. I like doing those. So like Lost Colony again, fully in my wheelhouse, but the missions are kind of cheeks. But I figure it's just like the same thing with Gen 2, Gen 1. People were like, but when I came around, a year, 2 years after it came out, it was fine. People knew the bugs, they knew the workarounds, they knew what to do. So I knew once I decided to play those maps that it here's the answers to the questions you have. It's hard when you have a map like Lost Colony drop. No one knows anything. Everyone's learning it together. We kind of are pacing ourselves based on what officials doing, which is a lot slower than unofficial. So I can see why it gets frustrating, especially here because people can do things pretty quickly, um, and we have to kind of wait for official to have those same issues before wildcard's going to be like, okay, here's how to balance it up for both spots because obviously their priority is official and especially official PvP. Because those PvPers are super creative people. And they come up with some crazy stuff that I am in awe of. I would never do some of the stuff they think of. I think it's amazing to watch them when they're raiding each other, but it's mind blowing. I'm just like, wow, that is some next level thinking. Versus here, where I'm like, I can build like a little silly quick cabin in the middle of this open area and not have to worry about being raided or anything else like that. So it's like the odds that anyone even shows up at this base is pretty close to zero. Nothing really happens on this map except for pretty much breeding. Like I said, I'll go farm our seeds, but I can easily farm them on the regular map too. I only came over here just because our the holiday rates ended, and so that meant that the regular maps are all at +3 and this one's still at +6. So I was like, with my limited time right now with traveling so much, I was like, I want to be able to get in, get some stuff done, and then just get back out. So like I said, I can do 24 to 36 mutations in a day versus maybe like 12 or 18 if I was on my extinction base, which is where I like to do a lot of my stuff. So I don't know. It's fine. I mean, I went and checked out parts of the map that I hadn't looked at before on here, and I wanted something with water. I don't know what I want to breed in the water. I've got a couple things. I really want to kind of try anglerfish. It's kind of like these guys. Like, I want to see how many black pearls you can harvest with a maxed out Tortuga. And I kind of want to see the same thing with an anglerfish as well. And then because these guys came out, I could actually compare them. So that's kind of my like little nerdy thing that I'm kind of like, oh, I might do anglerfish. I don't know. So, all right, 216. Let's go. There's that. Oxygen. Oh, we missed oxygen. We can't miss a whole lot because I don't have a whole lot of extra females anymore. Oxygen. Okay, oxygen melee. Ooh, we got speed. Okay, let's see if we have enough for this. Feeling lucky, feeling lucky. Alright, so ox and melee. Let's go. There's that. Yeah, yeah. So sometimes when I cut it this close, I may just have to, like, next session. These are the only ones we have left. If either one of these mess up, we can get one more, but if they both mess up, then nope. Game over, no more Gamba. There's that and that. Alright, final round, please. Alright, there's the 6, there's that. And you're empty, and we're gonna delete you. I'm gonna drop this right there. Okay, there. And we're gonna stare for eggs. Oh, we're gonna spell eggs correctly. We're gonna wait. Oh my goodness. Drink some water. Alright. How do we do? Nope. 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 Oh, oh no. No! No! That's a fail. Alright. Fail. Let's try that again. When you're in here, 15. Ugh. Can you please get into my inventory? Thank you. How do we do here? Egg. No. 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 Yes? Alright. Let's freaking go. Let's go over here. It's gonna be... Yeah, okay. And there's that, and there's that, and there, and there. Okay, cool. Alright, you guys are the winners. You're the champions. Let's go ahead and pick these guys up, because we don't need them anymore. One-time use, except for those 2 stats. Alright, 3. You can go in that box, and we're waiting on that, and we've got that, and these are the not so good ones, so I can get those out. Not have to look through so many. Alright, there's that. So I'm just picking by the timer. It was the ones with the lower timer. These are the ones where I need to keep it. So I'm going to delete all of those. I would be earning XP, except I'm almost maxed out. The only thing I have left to do, unfortunately, is my stupid explorer notes on the island, which I think... What was it? We were like halfway done with the Helena ones? Or did we finish the whole... I think we finished the Helena ones, but we still have like 500,000 more to find. And then Aberration, which should be pretty easy. So that'll be another 15 levels. So so max is 210 right now. So yeah, I don't know. We'll get it done, but not right now. Okay, let's see how we did. Egg. No. 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 Oh my gosh. No. No. Nope. Nope. Oh, no, no. A lot of these are landing on crafting. It sucks. Ah, fail. Alright, well. Womp womp. So this one I'll have to redo first thing when we get back, so I'll already be kind of like behind. It's okay. It's gambling. It's gambling. Come on. 216, right? Yeah. 16th, yes. I'm going to unalive all of you guys. I'm going to drop these eggs. We'll look through them one more time, but I'm actually just going to leave this here with this set of females and just come back tomorrow or the next day, I think. Alright. Eggs will go here. Lame. Oh, so close. So close to just squeezing it through. Getting it done. Not so lucky. Alright, looking one more time. No. 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 See, that one is crafting. No. 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 Yeah, crafting again. No. No. Crafting. Crafting. Yeah. No. Alright. So these are deleted. These are come back and do the oxygen one again. That's the wrong cabinet. There's this. So yeah. Okay. But I mean, 216. So we got to do 228 next, 240, and then 252, and then 255. So what is that? 4 more rounds? Didn't even count it. 228, 240, 252. So 4. Yeah, that's 4 more rounds. Okay. Been doing this so long I don't have to think about it. Alright, these are junky eggs, but I want to clear them out so everything's nice and clean to move on. I don't think I have anything I need to do on any other base on here. I just had the gotchas, so they should be chilling. I guess I could render them so they actually... That's what I like about being on the extinction base, because then everything is just functioning. Like, everything's clicking, it's doing stuff while I'm doing stuff, but being over here, like, there's no production happening, so... I'm really... I don't... it's fine that it's not a nightmare. Let me see if I have any cool chibis on me. I picked them up and I don't even think about it. Lightning Wyvern. That's pretty cool. I don't know when I got that from, but I have it. Tribe Tower skin. Cosmetics. So, oh, we do have the Astraeos one on us. The other one, the cozy one, just did. Okay. Holiday. Alright, cool. Yeah, I think kind of done on this one. What time is it? How long have we been doing this? Hour. We could probably... could probably go... Trying to decide, feed gotchas or... I never get lucky with these. Poppy bison. No. Yeah, I guess before people get home, let's go check out shinies. I'm only looking for a couple of very specific things. So I don't know that we'll find anything. But we can go check it out. Or we can, you know, crash the game trying to do it. It's fine. Either way. Aberration? So aberration, what am I looking for on here? I have some like crazy featherlight stats. So I need gamma 4 for this. There we go. Alright. There's not much here. It's not, I want to say it's not rendered much, because like these top 3 berries have been the same for like a month or 2. But yeah, I think everything here has been pretty much the same. But everything has fertilizer. And it's all still, you know, growing. It's just, I haven't been over here doing the things a lot. You probably are out of rare flowers. Yeah. But I think it's still got like a ton of honey. I don't need a whole lot here. This is kind of like a, yeah, 6,000. This is like an outposty type base. You know, I can do stuff from here. If I need to repair my stuff or have a Reaper baby, I can do that. If I need to have, you know, like a boss fight, I can do that here. So, yeah, it's pretty chill. Let's see what shinies are here. Hardy. I don't remember what my stats are for that one. I mostly want to look for words like hardy. There's another hardy. Because that tells you that the stats are going to be increased. This one's health in particular. But yeah, that's all that's there. So let's I can spawn a random shiny on the map, and I always forget to use them. So let's spawn one. Rainbow Featherlight. I really need to say like Hefty or Stalwart in front of it. Maybe Fierce. I think Fierce is the stat I already have. So yeah, nothing cool there for us. So next map. Let's do Scorch next. Hey, look, it's already at the top. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 people out there. Not, not a lot, but you know, people out there doing people things. Alright. Again, another even more rudimentary outpost. Um, Again, just kind of a place that I can have to respawn. That's pretty much it. I kind of want to build this up at some point. I do have crops up top. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just kind of doing its thing over here. Nothing exciting. She's doing her thing, collecting all the stuff. I don't even have deadies over here. This one, Amarberries? Yeah, the first day, like, I think I planted it and they hadn't been making enough fertilizer yet. I don't know, whatever. And then this one is Narco? Yeah, the Narco berries. But again, not a big deal, not what I necessarily need on this map, so I don't know. And then we're good on the generator is good. I've got some tames over here. These are mostly like things that I fought Manicore with. Nothing super crazy. So are these even leveled? No, these must have been. Why are they not leveled? I don't know. That's super weird. These must have been like backups. Is all I can. Oh, no, no, no. I think. Well, I don't know now. All I can. These are okay. I know what this is. So when I maxed out lightning wyverns, these are the blanks. And what I did is I went ahead and brought them over here if I wanted to do stuff with Manticore. I'd have them. They're not the ones I use for Manticore. And then these are just like random. Like I have a good fire wyvern. This one that I bought from Daddy, I think maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I use this to get the phoenixes. And then the rest of these are just kind of like randos, Spark Wyvern. I was just kind of playing around. And then, of course, the Zombie Fire Wyverns just, I know people like them. I don't like running them just because they're faster, which makes them very difficult with Manicore because they're like faster than Manticore. If you use like a standard Wyvern, they can keep up with it and not overshoot it, so it actually takes less time. And you can see like the crazy amount of talents I have. That's from killing the runics, which actually, uh, let me see what we have because I kind of should probably feed the tribe tower on extinction. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for runic wyverns, and these are the ones that are out there. Um, these won't drop talons, I don't think. So there's a lot of the glacial wyverns, so I'm gonna go ahead and just look for those guys. I'm gonna go with this one. So right over there. Okay. I try not to do this when I know a lot of people are hunting for them. And so I think lately everyone's kind of chilled out because these guys, when you mutate them, the short version, you can get some pretty much like god tier things that when you do fight things like um, the KT, they can literally like 3-shot it. I don't know if it's actually 3 shots, but it's really super crazy to have them in those fights. They tear up Desert Titan. Like you just need one. I don't know. It's a little more broken than I'd like to do. Okay, I have to harvest it. It kind of changed here. You used to be able to access inventory. So that gave me 60 talons. So I mean, yeah. All right, let's see who's closest next. 105. I'd rather get the little one, but it's fine. I'm not going to do a bunch of these because I don't need that many. I think I had a fair amount already because they were spawning on all the maps, but now they really just, it's just on here. We do have a, what, is it 25% chance now of spawning, um, ow, of spawning a void? Something like that. Although the level is going to be diabolical. Because I'm trying to kill lower ones. Okay, hello friend. Alright, so some crystals, so 60 again. Alright, I'm okay with that. So I just wanted enough to feed the tribe tower, and that was kind of it. See if there's any shinies that we want, and then we will move on. Terror Mantis. I've been looking for a Dazzling Mantis, and then I've been playing on other servers, and I saw someone claim Dazzling Mantis on this map, and I was like, no. Alright, there's not a lot on the list. It looks like we had a Dino Wipe soon, so let's go ahead and pop our own shiny. Rockwell Thorny Dragon. Let's go ahead and do another one. I have a Terror Bird apparently running by. Hey, no. Stop touching me. Alright. Okay. No, wrong button. There we go. Let's do this. Luna Yudi. Okay. Nothing that we need. Let's go home and teleport to the next map. I think we're gonna do Island next. Oh, derp. That's all there is to that. Travel to another server. No, no. You know what? Let's do Astraeos. This one I do have a base on. It's just kind of chill. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to use the structure pack that originally came out with the map, and I have it on me now, so it's probably gonna render in, but if I don't, it kind of like never renders in. I don't know. So yeah, this one is located in the top right up here. And I was thinking about making this my main base, but then the base that I got on Extinction became available, and I was like, well, okay. So let's go ahead and do this while we finish loading in. So yeah, this is the base, which looks like absolutely nothing without the skin. So it's kind of like a big, kind of a Parthenon type look to it is kind of what I'm going for. Yeah, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nothing exciting. Let's see if we can spawn anything. Radioactive aberrant dimorphodon. No. We'll try and do another one because the list is really short. I have to wait for the letters to go away. Sometimes it won't register if you don't do that. A rock elemental. I am not a rock elemental kind of person, so kind of eh. It's a 168 tech rex, though. I mean, it's getting its booty kind of kicked right now. I don't know, it's probably the nicest tech rex that I've seen, especially in this area. Okay. Yeah, I was waiting for the skins, but it looks like, right, we have the pack. See now, like, the pack's not there. But yeah, so it's got the blue roof, and I was gonna work on some more, like, detail stuff, and so up here what I wanted to do was kind of, like, a kitchen-y type area, maybe a light community center situation, not really advertised, but, like, people could show up and kind of get some veggies. And I don't have a problem with that on this map because the veggies are already available at the farms and stuff. So I was kind of just going to be like, okay, cool. I can kind of mirror that. And then I kind of wanted like an outdoor eating area, kind of like out here, kind of over here. Um, Maybe like out here looking at the waterfalls, that kind of stuff. The rest of it, like I've got all these pillars, so it's open air. And they're all, you know, like the Greek looking pillars when the skins do decide to work. And then I did add a greenhouse. Everything's kind of like real slow. And yeah, so kind of like the working area over there. And up here, obviously, I added this in once we had the tech crop plots. Just a couple of dudes are in there. And same setup. It's, you know, just the gardeners collecting the stuff. That's kind of it. Sounds like that Bronto is unalive. But yeah, everyone looks like they're doing good. I'll probably skin this. I don't know what I want to skin it with because again, I'm frustrated with this base because the skins like never work. And then the Roman skins, I don't like them as much. I don't know. I like the Astraeos ones because they have the shiny marble floors and I don't know. I really like the vibe of it. Also, there can be some like crazy huge salmon in here, but it doesn't look like it right now. No. Oh well. All right, next map. Next map for sure. All right, we did that one. We did that one. We're saving that one. Let's go to regular Lost Colony. I don't have my Desmodus on us, so we're not going to do any R-seed hunting. So yeah, this base is in the bottom right-hand corner. This is where when the map dropped, I did a really quick single-player fly-through before I joined up with my tribe to kind of be like, hey, here's, where I think will be a good, straightforward place to start. And then it did not go that way, which is fine. That's part of the thing with playing in a tribe. Let's do this. No, 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 no. This one, I thought about getting some Megalania for them to breed and to feed the tower, but it's just so much easier to go and get those talons. Because what did I get? I got 120 talons, and I don't know if every tribute's worth the same in the tower. I think it is. So Megalania, that would be 60 babies. So I mean, like, that was way less time to do that. I don't know. Also, I'm curious about those guys. Like, could they knock out stuff, by biting it? I don't know. I don't know why I'm on this, like, kick right now of, like, does it torpor? Nothing super crazy over here. It was, we had closed transfers, so this is just kind of what I set up to be able to participate in the boss fights. There's the trophies. Yay, from Alpha. Greenhouse is here. Doing greenhouse things. Out of our flowers, but I think we're fine. Yeah, everything's just doing what it's supposed to. Good job, everyone. This has like one piece of metal in it. Yeah, actually it has charcoal in it, probably for shotgun shells. Yeah, I don't know. I have all these little walls up out here, because people can teleport here. Also, it was for the what is it? The soul winds. The soul winds, so I could kind of get. I built like a little cage here, and so you could like teleport with them when you picked them up, and then you could kind of farm some volpite off of them. But we don't need to do that now because I've already got them maxed out. What was that? That was a horse with a spider. Okay. Anyways, and then also I have a turret, which you always have to remember to turn off when you're trying to do the soul wind. So let's spawn a couple things here too. A vulture. Yay. And then I'll do one more here in just a moment. A Gothrex. Okay. Not the worst, but not anything great. Cool. Next map. Next map. Center? I don't have a base on center, but let's go check it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 people now on the map. 2 people pieced out. I like this spawn point. I don't know why. There's another map that I shouldn't say I've never played it. I started to play it, and the first server when I came back on ASA, I think Center had come out, but I was trying to do Aberration had come out, but I run an AMD GPU, which was not playing nicely with Aberration at the time, and so the server that I chose was the busiest server. I did the same formula that I did for ASE, and it was really good for like one weekend, and then that next Monday it was really glitchy. You really couldn't leave your base. I don't know. I should probably get this burning thing, but I kind of don't want to. Let me see if I can spawn anything. There we go. Dilo, man. Okay. So yeah, no base here. I just go to the community center and TP out. I could obviously use the terminals too, but whatevs. Alright, travel to another server. Let's do Valguero. We're running out of maps. Alright, so this one is down there at the bottom. I originally had the big fortressy thing, but I can't remember. Stronghold? I think it's called Stronghold. It's just so big. I wasn't going to use it, and so I just kind of left. Also, I was flying around looking for Elder Claws on my Pteranodon, and I came across this, and this tree is not here anymore. It's just an odd, like, a illusion. Not illusion, bug, whatever we want to call it. 37 days. That one's doing okay. It had water. I like this map a lot. It has kind of like a cool, like, fantasy vibe almost. That beehive has been there for a while. So yeah, this is kind of what I started with building it. I'm not in love with. I love this, and I don't know what I want to build up with, and then I really like this. But I don't know. So it just kind of sits there like that because I can't decide what to do. But yeah, the water's kind of this like greenish color. There's the cherry trees over there. There was the original big cherry tree here, which I tried so hard to work around. But I think one of my dinos like whacked into it, and I was like, fantastic. So yeah. All right. Oh, we gotta check the thing. I didn't just come over here for funsies. Dazzling Bronto. Nope. Frozen Autumn Drakeling. I like those, but I have quite a few of them already. The Frozen. The Burning is good for the Lost Colony fight. And the Filthy Princess Direwolf. That would actually be a good direwolf to get. I just don't know what I would use a direwolf for. And I don't really have a desire to max them out. So, onward. I'm going to go Ragnarok. Go to the big base. It's feeling like nap time. Alright. So yeah, near Viking Bay, but not at Viking Bay. Just that. Oop. Not on there yet. This is where I have a lot of, I would say most, like 90% of my chibis are here and the skins, and I think I had these guys here to see if they produced eggs in the terminal, which they don't, right? There's no eggs in here? No. White collar. Okay, I have two of those. I don't even know. I haven't really looked through these very much. Vulture, Beauty. So yeah, these are all the different ones that I have. I mostly just stick with kind of the same one. I do try to be like, oh, okay, it's summertime or something. I should do something, but in general, I'm pretty terrible at remembering to do that. Wyverns, I feel like those are the ones people always want. Yeah, so these are the ones I have. So lightning, lightning zombie, poison, poison zombie. So yeah, do they even have fire? I'm not sure. Alright, everyone good on food? We had the troughs kind of messed up for a little while there, so I had to put some vanilla troughs out. And then I just keep checking everyone. But they all, yeah, they all look good. Oh, okay, never mind. Thought it was something different. Let's go look at the shop critters since the things aren't coming through here. Eh, you're good. You're good. Everyone's eating. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a shop. This is part of the cave. I think it's up to date. Yeah, I don't have an otter for that yet. Look at my little lovely galoons. You guys are so adorable. Yeah, I think those are all the water ones. I feel like I did another one. Oh, Tusos! Oh, yeah. How much did I do Tusos for? I think it was 30. 30k LE points. There we go. I knew I was missing one. I just, yeah. Look at my cute little soul wind and my crazy looking Malin. This guy's pretty OP. I still have yet to use mine on this server. Actually, on the other server where I maxed him out, I didn't do it either. My tribe mates did. Love my Elder Claws. Hate the way this looks. Look how creepy its eyes are. So I put like the Dermis over here, but it doesn't show the glowy. Like his face is glowy purple. Sad. Mantis, workhorse of this server, 100%. Love my Ocedons. There's my Karchas, which I still just use my OG Bobby Boucher that I bought from someone. Yeah, all these guys. I was going to use my Dinotheriums because I wanted to like roll up on the Lost King, just like stomp through his city with them. But it's so laggy that I was like, I'm going to wait for it to be optimized better because I don't want to crash. Downicus, yeah, Techrex, usual suspects are over here. I probably do need to do my Megatherium. But at this point, I'm kind of stat greedy on them because I've got some like crazy good stats on them. So I think I can do base level of like 500. And then my little Reapers that I bred dirty for that video. But I do like them. They're very cool. Yeah. So the trees grew back over there with the trough changed. I remember there being more stuff out here. I don't know why it doesn't regen with the changes, but whatever. Okay, cool. Hey, the skin showed up. Cool. So yeah, shop over there, workshop over here. Pretty much just business. Are you eating? She is eating. Awesome. Where is these guys? Oh, we're not flying. This is my original Raeliax that I bred things off of. The Zafactinists are all good. Helicoprion's good. Alright, let's check the actual troughs. I think everything's coming off of this trough now. We're kind of, I mean, I don't know how much raw meat I've got. Raw meat, nanny, tech trough. These are the other tech troughs. I'm going to be safe and just pull from here. There. We'll do another 50k. Alright, cool. But yeah, these are the horses. And the bison, still waiting on stats for them. Because I've got those in the 70s. This guy's just cool looking and he's heavy hitting. But yeah, 71. So this is what I want. Wait, where is it? Over here. That's what I want, but maxed out. That's what I want. Because I think, was it the first shiny? I feel like the first shiny I ever tamed, it was on a server and it was this. And it made me laugh so hard because it's the most ridiculous thing ever. But yeah, the stats that I've got, melee 62, health is 66, stam is 70, food is 86. I mean, who does that? And I've got another food of 71, but the 86 came up. So, and I think I have a weight on extinction. So yeah, I don't know. I have it all written down, so I don't actually have to remember it. But because this guy was an 86, I was pretty happy with these guys, the 66 and the 62, but now I kind of want to see if I can get 70s. So, I don't know. What were those so I don't forget? Yeah, melee higher would just look nice. I mean, at this point, we're dealing with like small percentages of changes. All right, that's all good. All right, let's go on to, I think, Island and then Extinction, and we are done with all of that. No sessions are found. Are we doing EOS nonsense again? Because if we're doing that, we're going to be real short-lived. There we go. Let's do Island. What are they talking about? Ah! I did that wrong. Alright. I can't move that. Let me think, let me think, let me think. I I don't have much out here because I'm not breeding water stuff. Yeah, that guy has food. Dung beetle's happy. I don't know why I like this dung beetle so much. It just cracks me up. It's like a orange of happiness. Um, mm, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, anglerfish. That's yeah, the next water thing I had kind of working. Yeah, that's it. Ah, so yeah, I like this base. I would like it for a main base, I guess, but I just never get it working that way. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's fun to run boss fights out of it. So this is kind of like the gear room. So, people can get boxes with just like enough gear to make sure that they, make it. Um, and then the shop is over here. So like crafting area and then the thing over the water is the breeding area. Um, so shop, these are, all the same guys. I think there is a Tuso here. Oh, your little tail is coming through the things, friend. Yeah, there's a Tuso over here. Look at it! It's so big and goofy. Do I have extras in here? Actually, I have a bunch of extras. Oh, it's saddles. Okay. And then this is still not fixed. Yeah, alright, cool, cool, cool. Moving on, let's go check out the shinies, and then we'll go to extinction, and then be done with all of this stuff. Quetzal. Dinosuchus. Probably not going to be higher than my stat, though, but that'd be a nice find for someone, especially if they just started the server. That's how I did the boss fights on this server. The melee was so broken, I didn't know that until I was like, I hope these guys do okay in Broodmother, and they were amazing. They took hardly any damage, so I went ahead and ran Monkey and Dragon with them. Because I think I had a pretty decent saddle at the time, especially with the crafting potion. Doo, 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 doo. Alright, we've got to drop this stuff off in the tribe tower, check the shinies, feed the gotchas. Probably could have had the gotchas on Ragnarok, but oh well, they're fine. They has plenty. So let's put some of this. So this, I guess, I would say is my main base. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that, but it's so easy to farm resources on here that it's really hard for me to justify doing stuff on other maps. I have plenty of element, plenty of stuff that I can farm here. The gotchas are doing gotcha things. Let's feed them. So transfer tool, I have it just set up where it will get all of the Y traps. So I'll go ahead and do the preset. It says the preset, all structures, Y trap, and it'll send them all to the gotcha Gavengers. There's 3 of them. It divides it evenly between all of them. It does resort whatever is in the gotcha Gavengers, but it includes everything else as well. So the total is 1.7 million Y traps. So they obviously have plenty of food. I like to move it and pull it because I think some of it will be on the gardener, some of it will be where are they? Here? I think it's on this row. Yeah, it'll come from here too. These deadies on another server we had were capping at like 110,000, so I try to get them up in the Gavagers just in case. So let's see, everything is doing good here. 1,000,000, oh my gosh. Okay. How are we doing on the meat? Yeah, this is with 1 R seed of each. This one had 0 in it, and now it's got 4.8 million. This one was, I don't know why you get more off of these. Yeah, these definitely go up faster than that, because this one was, I already had like 3 million meat from doing OSTs and veins and stuff. This one was probably like a 1.5 million, and it caught up to there. This one is only 1 million higher. Again, only 1 million. And we don't have to like feed babies, so you're not going to go through it as much. Yeah, this is the oxygen stat one that I got. It's a 66. Um, my megatheriums, I have like a health, I think the health is like a 95 that I got. So I'm trying to get higher stats. So the oxygen, this is the highest that I've been able to get. Here's my awesome Reaper King. Hello, buddy. Love them. Alright, here's my Gloon. Right here. It lives on this. And then my random sheep friends just from out there. Again, hide. Not really an issue that we've got out here. So we need to put that in the tower. Everything else was unloaded. Let's go check out the shinies. Burning text I go. Inspired, corrupted. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. It's kind of sad out here. And Archaeopteryx is what we spawned. Okay. Everyone's fed. Everyone's happy. Let's go check the troughs, which I'm pretty sure is just these now. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. Tribe tower. Boop. Boop. Hello, friend. Like, how much is on you? 43 days. How much does this add? 43 to what? Did it not go? It did not go. Let's try that again. Oh, is it not going to do it? No. It's not doing it. That sucks. Because I guess the glacial ones aren't recognized, but the crystal ones are. Crystal ones, do we have those on Crystal Island ASE? That might be why. Okay, well, that was useless. Except for the people that always seem to want Crystal Talons. I mean, glacial, whatever. Okay, well, let's just stick these in the aggregator. Pew! That's sad. I thought it would just kind of recognize all of them. Oh well. Sadness. Okay, let's go back over to VIP and probably log out because the next thing I'll do will be working on the turtles. Not right now because everyone's on cooldown, obviously. And sometimes it's wonky when I transfer here, and it looks like it's going to do that. Yeah, I'm having like an out-of-body experience if you see that right there. So gonna have to log out and log back in. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and stop the stream right there. Feeling kind of tired, thinking about taking a nap. I don't know. All right. So if you enjoyed it, like it, please, please, please. And otherwise, yeah, this was my first time streaming on YouTube with OBS or in general. So it looks like it worked fine. So we'll see how it goes. I'm used to doing it on Twitch, but yeah. So yeah, if you liked it, like it. If there's anything you'd like me to do, just kind of put a comment and I'll figure out how to add that into either a video or another live session. So thanks for joining in. See you next time.